Hello, everybody. This is Kenny Cummins here. I'm literally trying to stay warm, and you are listening to Channel with Kenny C right here on tmvcafe.com. Bringing you entertainment to your ears. Yes, like I said, I'm trying to stay warm. I'm in Kentucky, so yeah, we're still recovering, obviously. Joining me at this time is a returning guest, recording artist. It's been a couple of years since we last spoke, and to catch up on some things, for the love of God, let me try my best to pronounce her last name in particular. Hannah Schzde
You got
is with
it.
me right now. Yes, I got it right the first attempt. I feel good. How are you?
I'm doing really well, thank you. Also battling the cold. I'm not sure if it's colder here than in Kentucky. I'm in Boston, Massachusetts.
Oh, y'all more cold
So
than us. Yeah, y'all more cold. It's the East Coast and the New England area. Y'all cold. If I had to pick the cold weather other than two, I'm picking Kentucky cold. I'm just saying that it's yeah, the New England, Boston, East Coast weather. Yeah, y'all on a whole nother level. Uh, so, but so with that being said, how you feeling so far with a few weeks into 2025?
Ooh, I feel I'm trying mainly not to get too ahead of myself, to kind of like not rush and notice that it's just the beginning. I think it's just the second week about
Yeah.
of the year. So I'm excited. I'm sort of excited and also scared because, it's also like new year, new anything could happen. So we'll see what happens this year. I'm hoping for the best, and regardless of anything, I always have a lot of things planned, a lot of things going on to look forward to. So yeah, that's what it's looking like so far.
So with that being said, what do you have on the horizon for 2025? Could we expect some new music for you this year?
Yes, of course. I'm planning on putting out a few as Hannah Shizde, I'm planning to put out a few songs. One of them it's going to be I did a collaboration with a friend of mine last year. Uh, my friend is an electronic music producer and I'm a songwriter, so I wrote lyrics for one of her songs that she made a track for. So, but it's very EDM. So I'm planning on making an acoustic version of that same song, more like my style. And then after that, probably a new song. And I want to try to put out a holiday song this year. I wrote it last year, but I didn't have time to record it. So hopefully by the end of the year, you'll be seeing a holiday song. And that's for Hannah Shizde because I'm also on the side trying to start a new project that is completely different name. But yeah, there's not many details about that one yet.
Okay, I got
Yes.
you. So, how you feeling about this music that you are putting out? How you feel about your growth? You're evolving as an artist. How you feeling about what you have in the works?
I feel I'm happy with the way things have panned out for some of my songs. I think they did better than I ever expected or imagined. Being an independent artist with like low budget and I'm on my own. I write and produce everything on my own. So um, I'm trying. I always try to look at what I achieved rather like than what I didn't achieve. So I do feel like my songs have done a lot better than I thought, and they've been received pretty well by the people who have heard them. But on the other side, I also feel like I also feel like I wish I could have put out more stuff out. but it's been a learning process. It's been pretty much like exploring and experimenting and seeing what works, seeing what makes me happy, what maybe could be better or could be done better for the next songs. And those are things that I'm using to go into this new year and see how I can continue doing things better and more productive and probably hopefully get better results as well.
That's good. Um, so I think the first time I interviewed you, it was definitely a couple of years ago. It was definitely around the time that Shine came out. That was back in 2021.
Yes.
Um, and you have released several songs since then. Um, and you know, it's a very unique sound that you have going for you. Um, and I feel like you've done very, very well um
Thank you.
with your music. Um, and you know, not only you doing songs in English, you doing music in other languages as well. So
Yeah.
you shown versatility. You know you got a multitude of audiences, you know, and I what I also admire is how authentic you are with your music. Um, it's always compelling. Somebody like stay true within themselves. So, um, and just showing that, hey, I'm just a human being just like you. I go through some things. It ain't all roses all the time. Uh,
Yeah.
so I admire that from you. So I'm excited about the music that you have in the works that you plan on releasing this year. And you even said you got a holiday song um, that's going to be coming out later this year,
Yes.
obviously. So outside of that, um, what else you want to accomplish? What else? What are some of your other goals for 2025? Maybe more shows, maybe some more traveling, maybe some future collaborations, as you mentioned.
Yes.
What else you wanna? What are some of your other goals musically for 2025?
Yeah, I love that question because it reminds me like about the fact that I want to perform more this year. Uh, and I've been working on because I'm a solo artist and I don't have a band. I've been working on a way for me to perform solo, um, like with the aid of like maybe some equipment to help me fill in the sound and not just be me with like a ukulele, which is how I usually do when like somebody asks me to play some of my songs. It's just me and the ukulele, and I want to make it a little more like interesting because um, sometimes like depending on the setting, maybe the music needs to be sometimes a little more like exciting in terms of sound. If it's like a very small gig, like acoustic, then the ukulele is fine. But I want to try and expand and explore other ways of performing the songs because if you listen to them, there it's not just ukulele. It's like different instruments coming in and out, and a beat and atmosphere. And I want to integrate some of that into my live performances. And yeah, so linked to that, I want to start also learning a lot more about sound design and I'm gonna be taking a workshop next week on how to build MIDI controllers, like how to build them myself, and that's just for like to see where that goes. Like it takes sometimes like years to really integrate those things into like your own art. Maybe not years, but it takes a time. It takes a while to do it. So that's one of my objectives this year to get into like sound design and electronic music instruments that you can build yourself. Yeah.
Yeah, so you're definitely expanding
Yeah.
2025. You're expanding your sound. You're expanding uh, your music. So for the long time listeners, long time supporters, that's definitely have to be exciting. To just to show that hey, I'm elevating here. I'm giving y'all more than what y'all accustomed to. Um, so I mean, I like the ukulele. I ain't gonna lie. You know, this is obviously that's cool. You know, for like a small gig. You know, for the acoustics performances, things like that. So I like that. Even with that, you're trying to show some other ways to perform the song.
Hmm.
So uh, I'm excited for what you have coming up. So and obviously just getting through the weather, getting through the cold, that will be lovely. Uh, but other than that, it's pretty cool. Um, what you got working on this workshop thing that you mentioned is fascinating. So, and I heard that phrase workshop. So, is it more like a class? Is it more like just being in a classroom and you're learning the things like exactly what exactly is a workshop? And how long are you there? Like a day, a few weeks? Like how does the workshop actually works?
That's a good question. I think the a workshop can be any given length that the person teaching decides. Usually, it's like shorter term than if you did like a whole semester of a class in like a college or something like that. Um, and this particular workshop is gonna be online and is by a teacher from Argentina. Actually, I found him on Instagram, and I saw the flyer that he posted for this class or workshop. So I was like, I want to sign up, and it's just gonna be 3 days, 1 week, 3 days, and each day is a 2 hour long class. Because I feel like what he's gonna teach is not that complex. It's gonna be kind of just something very simple to get started on how to build a MIDI controller, like with like a I forget what it's called, like a motherboard, kind of like a chip board, and
Yeah,
like the chords. And I'm just really intrigued by how that's gonna work because the demo video that he shows of the final product is very interesting. It's like this machine that you pretty much put in contact with other objects, and whenever you touch the object, it produces it sends like the vibrations through a cable that's connected. Everything's connected to your computer, I guess. So when you touch an object, it makes a specific sound that you choose, and it's kind of like you can turn any object into an instrument using this machine. So I'm very intrigued, and since I want to get into like sound design, I feel like that would be something interesting to um, integrate at some point into whatever I plan to do with that. Right now, I'm just experimenting and seeing what I can learn from that. And but yeah, but just gotta to summarize your question. Yeah, it's like
yeah.
a shorter class. It's over Zoom online, and it's just gonna last 1 week, but it's supposed to be 2 hours for 3 days during that week.
That is going to be quite the experiment for you and your classmates. Uh, but at the same time, something to learn and and it's going to be very fascinating.
Yeah,
So and I think a lot of people are going to be in awe when they see all that you've learned from this workshop. They're going to see it all. They're going to see a different side of Anna that they haven't seen before.
yes,
They're going to be like, ooh, yeah. So, um, yeah. So thank you for explaining the workshop there.
yeah,
And I'm definitely should be a lot of fun.
yeah.
So that's going to be something to look forward to. Um,
Definitely.
so that's pretty cool. Um, so as far as 2025 in particular, you've already mentioned the things that you have in the works. Um, so let me ask you this. You mentioned you working on music on a different side or under a different side project.
Hmm.
Um, so what is it going to be similar to the music that you are already doing, or is this going to be a whole different genre that you're doing with the side project?
Yeah, so it's going to be something completely different. Um, as, gearing more towards like punk and rock and a little like harder sounds, because that's I've always been into no, music that is a lot more. I don't want to say aggressive, but like like noisy. Let's say. I've always been into that, and when I started Hannah Schzde, I started with my song in Spanish, Ni Una Más, which is very Latin. And then I kind of wanted to try and go a little darker with the next song, which was We Let You Go. But then I did Shine, which is super happy. And I feel like I have just been bouncing from like different styles and different moods. And even though it all sounds cohesive because it's like my voice, I guess, and it's my music, I want to try to do this new project a little more concise, like about like not so much limiting myself to one genre, but trying to be concise about the style and the branding of it, and using everything that I've learned from Hannah Schzde as a solo artist about things that worked, that didn't work, or like just how I could have made things a lot more uh, like well rounded as in general. Not to say that I'm not happy with Hannah Schzde and how the project evolved, but I do admit that it's been a lot of experimentation and exploring. And this time, I want to be very clear about what I want it to be with this new project. And in addition to that, I'm planning to be a lot more collaborative. Like rather than me playing all of the instruments and me um, taking care of all the production part, like expanding and reaching out to people that I know who are either instrumentalists or producers or audio engineers to help me put the music together. So hopefully we can get things moving a lot faster than what I did before. So yeah, that's a little bit of what I have planned for that project.
Okay, all right. That sounds fun. That sounds like, oh man, we really about to get a different side, Hannah, with this project.
Yes.
You gonna be rocking out. That's what that looked like to me. Like you so right now you all calm, you all relaxed, you all like you know good vibes and everything. And then the moment they see this other side of Hannah, I mean, I'm trying to vision it right now. I'm just look, maybe not too much head banging, but just a little, you know,
Yeah.
little edge, showing a little edge.
The
To,
funny
to,
thing is, that's what I've always been. My whole life, I've always been like a rocker, or like a punk. Like I've always listened to that kind of music, and is I guess it was just the limitation of being on my own and not having a band. And I don't play guitar like that either. And I'm already in touch with guitarists and bass players who are gonna help me make that happen. Now I'm like, okay, like this is something I am. Like I've always been this, but I'm also like gentle and happy and positive. But I also there's this like shadow side of myself that I don't let out, and that I feel like it needs to come out as well.
yeah, so it definitely feels like something that you've always wanted to do. It's just the matter of timing. So I can understand like you went with the folk route, you know what I'm saying? So and look, it takes time, sometimes you gotta go what comes natural. And you know, people, I'm pretty sure your friends, your family, your music peers, like they know this side of you, obviously, but they just been like, yo, when we gonna get that different side? When we gonna get that rock girl side, you know? And now the fact that you're working on it, you're in the early stages of it, and people are gonna be ready, gonna be anticipating it. So that's pretty cool. Um, you got me excited for this. I
I'm
want to hear it. I want to hear it. Uh, you know, but it's going to be fun. It's going to be
Yes,
real fun. So,
definitely.
where can people find you in social media?
So I'm everywhere as Hannah Schzde. Usually my handle is hannah.schzde. And that's, um, what is it? Well, that's spelled Hannah, like Hannah. And then the Schzde part is Schzde. So anywhere you can like look me up as Hannah Schzde and I should pop up. I'm probably the only person with that name. So yeah, anywhere in any social media, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. I am on TikTok too, but we don't know what's gonna happen with TikTok now. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. I have been hearing about the future of TikTok.
yeah,
I don't have a TikTok account myself. I never touched it. I don't hate it. It's just hey, it's a platform people use to have fun. The short clips, things like that.
yeah.
That's a whole nother subject there. But hopefully things get resolved there. Um,
Hopefully,
so especially those that's works tireless hours of putting it because people be
yeah,
like, man, people ask me why don't I have a TikTok? Like, have you seen these TikTok videos? A lot of editing, a
yeah.
lot of
Oh
work,
yeah.
and that's just for 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
If you ask me to put together a montage of sorts for like 30 seconds, man, you asking the wrong person. You gotta get somebody with a good feel. You gotta get somebody that's patient. You gotta get somebody that really, really like takes their time with this. Uh, but yeah, that's a whole nother issue there. Hannah, so good to reconnect with you here in 2025, and I look forward to your music projects. You really
Yes.
got me excited about this rock project that you got.
I'm
Uh,
glad. That means I
so
gotta make it happen.
yeah, so everybody be on the lookout for Hannah's upcoming projects. Follow her on social media platforms. She'll keep you updated. Until then, her latest single is called Paper Planes.
Yes.
That came out April of last year. And that featured, and that is available on all streaming platforms. So go check it out while y'all wait on her new music. Keep the Spanish going. Let
Yes.
people know
Oh
that.
yeah.
It lets Hannah know that hey, looking forward to this new music. She would
Yeah.
truly appreciate that. You enjoy your evening. Please
Thank you
stay
so much.
warm in
You too.
the cold weather times, and um, I'm following you on Spotify, so I'll be looking for the notifications
Yes.
when the music comes out. So I'll be right there waiting. So
Yeah.
you have a good night. You enjoy the
Thank you
rest of
so
your
much.
week.
You too. Thanks for having me.
All right. Bye bye.
Bye bye.
All right.